Hey guys, Aqua Duelist here. Today I'm going to talk with you guys about Lunalights, as I just did the deck profile for him last night. As I said, videos would be uploaded later due to work. I actually got off really late today, so I apologize. I am slightly tired, but nonetheless, I'm still going to do I'm still going to be doing videos for the channel. So we're gonna go jump right into this, and essentially, the way I look at this deck, it's Lunalights. They're a double-edged sword. There's a lot of good to them, and then there's also some bad things to them, which kind of does hurt a bit. And we're gonna talk about the good things first. And number one, the deck does have a lot of draw power slash search power, however you want to say it, or searching, however you want to say it. You have access to, for draw power, you have access to Allure Darkness, Pod Desires, Upstart Goblin, which is what, as y'all see, if those of you who watch deck profile know that I run all those. And then we have Fire Formation Tanky. We have Lunalight Perfume, which doubles as a Monster Reborn. We have, I think it was Blue Cat, which when it's destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon a Lunalight from the deck. I'm pretty sure it was Blue Cat. But yeah, it does have a lot of search and draw power, which is really nice and really crazy. The second thing, the deck has access to essentially eight monster reborns. You have three Lunalight Tigers, three Lunalight Perfumes, Soul Charge and Monster Reborn, which 8 right there. Really crazy. And if you really wanted to maximize the potential, run Wavering Eyes. Make a build where it's focused a bit more on the pendulum monsters. So this way you can do, essentially just do a lot more reviving and, essentially abuse Wolf, which is essentially a Miracle Fusion. They're all not hard once per turn, they're soft. So there's a idea right there for any of you guys who want to try it. The next good thing about them is they have one job and they do it really well, and essentially their job is to turbo into Leo Dancer, which the deck does really good on. Essentially if you have like a Black Sheep and a Kaleido Chick, you're pretty much going to make Leo Dancer turn 1. Essentially most of the time. But, so it does that really well, and its boss monster is really freaking good. And essentially is a good break my board card. So that's like the good things I have to say about them. On to the bad. And the first thing I want to mention is, yes, the deck does have a lot of search power. Yes. It does have a lot of revival. Or like monster revival. But you don't always, it's not one of those decks where you make the same board each turn as with like Gokis. You make how Gokis would make the U-Link literally every turn, or every opening hand just about. How Dynamis Turbo. I make Skull Dread Infinity totally awesome. I mean, even without drawing my combo cards, it's still possible to make that hand, with a terrible hand, to make that board. With this, it's like, it doesn't have a set board, essentially. It's more of one of those, let's see what we can do, which I kind of don't really like as much for two reasons, for this deck in particular, for two reasons. the deck doesn't really do any negate, or doesn't have any negates. And, the deck is mainly just a, break my board kind of thing. That's what it does. Which, I do love the archetype, it's really nice and all, but that's really all it does. The other bad thing I wanted to point out, and I do feel like this does hurt the deck. It can hurt the deck a lot, actually. The fact that the pendulum monsters that it has are, yes, they're really amazing, but they're light monsters, which kind of screws them over a little bit, because this has happened, but there's been times where I've only had that's could be all I had is one pendulum monster, a bunch of spells. I play Allure of Darkness, and I don't draw anything, and here I am with a Lunalight, but it's light instead of dark like all the others, and I end up getting something like Pot of Desires or another draw card. That's an issue. Another thing I can mention, actually, is the deck does a lot of deck thinning, which is good, but the downside is, if you're playing with someone who essentially gets you to mill your deck, like Necroface, Needleworm, or I think it was a Needleworm or whatever, you're gonna kind of lose. Just be typically whenever I play, and if I can keep getting things going, I end up deck thinning just about 3/4 of my deck. So yeah. But yeah. So essentially, looking at the deck, it's got a lot of draw power. It's got a lot of monster revivals, and it does its job well. However, it doesn't consistently make a board, or make the same board over and over again. And its only purpose is hey, break my board. There's no essential negates, or lock, or kind of like lock that the deck does. This is a going second deck. And also, links don't hurt the deck at all. So that is a nice plus. That's what I think about Lunalights. Is a good deck. Yes. I feel like the deck is definitely a 6.5 or a 7. It does have a crazy boss monster. It does have some crazy boards. But I feel like the drawbacks that the deck has, for at least that to me, that I see, kinda are what hinder it and make me not want to bring it to tournaments. I don't feel comfortable bringing it to tournament. I feel like I wouldn't win. I feel like maybe this would be a 4th place at best for me if I played locally here. Now, I know I've seen some videos where they've placed first and stuff for locals. There was one guy who took him to regionals, and I think he played last year or early this year. I think he placed top 16, something like that. But yeah, I just feel like it's too much of a double-edged sword. So thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content. If you do hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit that notification button so you're notified when new content comes out. Since I'm off tomorrow, I can think more clearly, and I will do probably some test plays tomorrow, just so you guys can kind of see deck in action, and kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in tomorrow's video.